Hey guys and gals, this is Sam Little, aka Lord Draven 2000, and I'm going to show you a deck build today that is what I would call a budget build. $50 will buy this entire deck outright, but honestly, you probably have most of it sitting in your bulk boxes and don't even know it. This deck focuses on an OTK, which is super effective in today's current meta. Very good way to overcome some of the bigger decks that are out there right now. So, without any further ado, let's get into Numeron OTK. First, our monsters. We're going to run 3 Numeron WoW. WoW will let you activate Numeron Network. Throw this to the grave. Activate Network. That being activated directly cannot be ashed. Numeron WoW also allows us to where if we have this in hand and we take damage, play it in the battle phase. It's one of the many ways we've got of actually going into our engine. Next, 2 Pathfinders. Play Pathfinder. Pitch it for Numeron Network. Another way of getting our field spell out on the board. 2 Ghost Mourners for monster negates. Not to mention, this allows us to negate the monster's effects, and then if they manage to remove that monster, or you remove that monster during that turn, they take damage equal to their life points of that monster. This makes it kind of hard for an opponent to synchro or fusion. 2 Ash. Always need Ash. Stop the searches. Cut off somebody trying to get their engine going before you get yours. 1 Santa Claus. 1 Lava Golem. These are for monster removal. Big beater they have, or their boss monster, you contribute it, throw these on there. 3 Effect Veiler. Again, we do not want their monsters getting effects, so this will keep that from happening. Kind of a common staple. 2 Scarecrow. We do, if we don't get our engine or one of our big beaters out quickly, we are very likely to get damaged massively. Scarecrow allows us to go ahead, throw it to the grave, stop the battle phase. 2 Archfiend Eccentric. We don't like back row, just like most decks. Play Eccentric, pop it, pop a spell or a trap, or we have dual purposes with this card. Play it as a monster, pop it, pop a monster they have. Eccentric is a super card for back row and front row hate. Next, our secondary engine in this deck. 2 Elemental Hero Neos, 2 Rainbow Dark Dragons. These are used in conjunction with our Neos Fusion to make Rainbow Neos, which is a monstrous card, a major beater, but it's also a card that will allow you back row or front row pop. And it can buy you time if you need to buy time to go into your engine, or it can be a standalone engine in and of itself. 1 Monster Reborn. Bring something back from the grave. 3 of her field spell, Numeron Network. Play Network. Pitch her next spell, Numeron Calling. Bring out her Numeron Walls or Numeron Gates. Go for kill. 1 Terraforming. Just another way to get the engine running. 2 Memories of Hope. We are summoning 4 XYZs out instantly. Summon your 4 gates. Toss this down, 4 free draws. Call by because we hate hand traps. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster to help with back row removal. And then the third engine in this deck is something that I've kind of made my own, which is using a very awkward card called 5-Head Link Dragon. And the way we do that with this deck is using Mind Control and Change of Heart, and I'll show you that here shortly, how that would work. Onto her traps. Summon limit. Our engine starts by using her field spell, throwing in Calling. We can only summon twice. So since we're only summoning twice, it helps if our opponent can only summon twice. Summon limit gives us that ability. 2 Gravedigger's Trap Hole, my favorite trap in the entire game. They play something from hand or graveyard, including a hand trap. You flip this, negate that. They take 2,000 damage. So you're going to burn for 2,000 and prevent their hand trap from going off. Last for the traps, Infinite Impermanence. Again, we want monsters on their side of the field not getting their effects. This also doubles in the fact that if we have it set, we flip it, negate the monster, stop the spell or trap in that zone from being able to be utilized. So that's our main deck. Pretty simple. Our extra deck, 2 of each of the Numeron gates. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what the Numeron OTK engine does is, you summon these, swing, you may take damage, swing into a monster. Now this becomes 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Swing, 4,000, 4,000. Swing, 8,000. There's where your OTK comes in. Having the ability to swing with that 8,000, generally it's game over, game, set, match if you do that. Then another cool feature of the Numeron deck is you can summon the Numeron Chaos Gate Sunya, banish your 4 cards. The next turn in your standby phase, if you have Numeron Calling on the field, or Numeron Network, so to speak, you can actually bring this back and burn for the any banished XYZs, you burn for the total of their attack. So you've got 3 at 1,000 attack each. That's 3,000 burn damage. If you manage to somehow banish their monsters too in that, then that's going to add more. So that's an OTK engine in and of itself. Next, we're going to run 2 Megaclops. Megaclops is extremely hard to get over. It's virtually dependent on them having an XYZ monster to combat with it. Super hard card to get over. Very effective in this deck. Very easy to make since our engine is going to summon 4 cards out for us. 1 Crusadia Avermax. One of the hardest cards in the game to get over for our opponent. And it's going to allow us to just sit there and swing. Next, the engine I wanted to tell you about. So we make our gates. We can only summon twice. So what we do is we play Change of Heart or Mind Control to take one of their monsters. Bring it to our side of the field. Doesn't count as a summon. And then we bring out 5-headed Link Dragon, which is a 5,000 attack monster that almost always, because you're almost always going to have cards in the graveyard to banish to meet his cost, he is going to be a card that you just set on and 1 or 2 turns later, you've got game. The last card we run is the 2 Rainbow Neos. 4,500 beater that can pop a monster or a spell. And another really, really great feature of Neos that makes it so effective is in the event it is to get destroyed, all you have to do is banish one of your Neos Fusion cards from your graveyard, and it protects it. So there you guys go. An OTK deck using the Numeron engine for under $50. Happy dueling.